Perfect. Good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up those football gods. That is truly one of my favorite pieces up there. This was a gift from Joseph Heatherly. He wanted to put it in, as he called it, the Smithsonian of Dallas Cowboys, the 77 Dallas Cowboys, something that I treasure. I was fortunate enough to get Tony Dorsett and Randy White to sign that. It's really great, and unfortunately, they're kind of turned around right now. They're turned around. It's been a rough year. 2020, we want to forget, but let's get on to business here today. It is Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, and I welcome you guys to the show. I don't know if you, after the live stream last night, watched the Ravens Browns game. Oh my God. Tell me, how the hell did they literally miss 15 people on the field? 15. They didn't call it. They called a timeout and said, hey, review that shit. There's 15 guys on there. Hey, maybe we can do that. Can we get 15 guys? We might have a chance with our defense. We might have a chance with our defense if we can put 15 guys on there. But it was crazy because I had went out and I did my fireside chat last night, came back in. Mike said, Lamar Jackson's in the locker room. I was like, "Defa? What happened? What happened?" So I started scrolling to see what happened because I was doing the live stream, through the game and stuff. And Lamar Jackson went to the locker room, had cramps, and they were up. They were up, sizable margin. All of a sudden, boom, the Browns go in and score. It's like, okay, all right, so the Browns get a little bit closer. They went for two, 2-point conversion, and, ended up being just 6 points down. And then, boom, they scored again. And Lamar Jackson is out. McSorley, he's not doing much of anything. And, in fact, right now, the Baltimore Ravens are down. McSorley on third down, 3rd and 10, comes in, he gets sacked, and he's got a knee injury. He's rolling around on the field. You're thinking, oh, damn, snap, the Browns done got this jammer. And then all of a sudden, here comes running out Lamar Jackson. This was like literally historic. I mean, this was crazy. He comes in, boom, 44-yard touchdown pass. Cleveland comes back, and then the Ravens go back down the field, kick a 55-yard field goal, and win 47-42. And the Baltimore Ravens send a message to the rest of the NFL. Hey, we done been through some shit the last month. But if you think we're going to roll over and die, no, bro. No, bro. That ain't us. But after seeing that, and the fact that the Cleveland Browns are 9-4, watch out, Giants. Watch out, Giants. You're going to get your teeth kicked in. Ain't no joke. You are going to be Sunday night sacrificial lambs. The Browns are a good team. The Browns are a really good team. In fact, I tell you what. People keep talking about, well, your quarterback stinks, and, the Cowboys with the Dak Prescott, that they were, 1-3. Actually, we were 2-3 with Dak because he 3/4 of the way against the Giants. I get it. We weren't doing great things the first part of the season. We had problems from Jump Street, and people say you're just making excuses. But I actually feel better now than I did before. To see the Cleveland Browns put up 42 against the Baltimore Ravens and be in a shootout that was historical. I think in that game there were 9 rushing TDs, which hasn't happened since 1922. 98 years it's been since there have been 9 rushing touchdowns. That's a throwback. But to think that, we were at least in a game that was similar to that with the Browns. I know we lost, 49-38, but we were in one of those kind of shootout games like that with the Browns. And then I started thinking and going back because a lot of people say, well, forget Dak Prescott. You were losing with him. Yeah, true. But our defense has been bad all season. If our defense gets a little bit better, maybe we got a chance. Because here's what's interesting on those first 5 games. We played the Rams that are 9-4. Going to be a playoff team. 17-20, we lost. That was the best defensive performance that we had other than the Bengals. Seattle, shootout. Lost that one. They're 9-4. The Browns, as we saw, were this close to being 10-3. The Giants, they're 5-8. They still got playoff aspirations, and the Falcons 4-9. Now, I'm not saying that we did great things in those games. We didn't. We won 2 of them against the inferior, against the Giants and the Falcons. But the Rams, Seahawks, and Browns are all playoff teams. And offensively, we went toe-to-toe with those guys. If we can get the defense around and understand that, how many different combinations of offensive linemen did we have? Did we have Tyron Smith for 2 of those games? Didn't have Lyle Collins. We were beat down on the offensive line. Zeke Elliott never really got started. So when you start looking at that and saying those playoff teams that we were against, that we still had chances, like the Rams, we should have won that game had it not been for that bullshit ass, offensive pass interference that they called when Ramsey was literally curling Michael Gallup's arm. How crazy is it that we get called for that, but yet the officials miss 15 guys on the field? Yeah. So you could look at that and say, well, we were toe for toe with the Rams and should have won that game. Seattle, if we had gotten just 1 stop with our defense, maybe 2, we win that game. The Browns, if we could have stopped, if we could have held them to under 250 yards rushing, maybe we would have had a chance. But you give up 309. So I say this because I actually look at this and say from an offensive standpoint, the points that we're able to score with the group of guys that we have is not bad at all. It's not bad. It's not where you say, we're the Jets and you can't score 10 points on a regular. With our team healthy, we can do some damage on offense. It's just straight about the D. Now, how we fix the D, well, we got to get some dogs. The bottom line. I see what Jamal Adams is doing for Seattle. He's making a difference. But Jamal Adams isn't changing the defense by himself. Jamal Adams is having a great season. But you still look at the Seattle Seahawks that are giving up a whole lot of points. Right? You understand that? I mean, Jamal Adams is playing all pro. But that one guy cannot change the defense. They're still the 24th ranked or 25th ranked defense, scoring defense in the NFL. He's not made that complete difference. And you have to understand, on a defense, having one great guy, hey, that's great. But you can play around one great guy unless they're in the defensive line. Gallimore, I love him, but he's a rookie. Needs time. He's only started in or played in like 5 games or so. Antoine Woods, I love him. Plays good in spots, but needs help. It'd be part of a great rotation. But we must get some dogs to go on this defense. And more than anything else, we have to find a leader that's the heart and soul, much like Dak Prescott is on the offense. We need an emotional leader. We need a guy who will get in people's face. We need a man who's literally on a mission to go to war and gets all these guys ready to follow right behind. If we do that, and as I was pointing out last night, the schedule that we're going to have, oh my goodness. When you look at it, I started really salivating, thinking about how some of the players that we have, or teams that we're going to be facing, aren't going to be the same team that they are this year. The only one you look at and circle and say, wow, I'm not sure we're going to have a chance is Kansas City. Other than that, every other team on there with a full complement of players on the Cowboys, if we could do some damage, do some repair on our defense, you look at and say, we got a good chance of. We could have a great season next year. And it's a shame that we're talking about next year right now, but that's the state of the Dallas Cowboys. It's just been a bad year. But sometimes, if you've dealt with somebody who's had addiction problems or, and things like that, alcohol or drugs, understand that until you hit rock bottom, you can't really affect change. And the Dallas Cowboys, let's face it, this year is definitely rock bottom. And we've got people like Jerry Jones saying, I must change. I need to change. I will change. We got Mike McCarthy with a bit of a fire under his ass that's putting it underneath the players. And now all of a sudden we're seeing the players that seem to have a little sense of urgency here the last 3 weeks of the season. And hopefully that momentum will carry forth and leave a bad taste in their mouth that they want to get out starting next year. So we'll see what we have. Today, of course, is their off day. They get back on the field tomorrow, and hopefully we won't have any drama. I'm Mark Holmes, and damn, that was an incredible game. I'll see you later.